Good morning, dear students. Very good morning to all of you. The previous class, chapter acids, bases, and salts, we have discussed about the dilution of acids and bases and strength of acids and bases. In dilution of acids bases, we have studied the difference between the concentrated acid base and constant dilute acid and a dilute base. And in strength of acids and bases, we have studied about the strong acid and weak acid. Strong acid and a weak acid. And in today's class, we are going to study about the importance of pH in our daily life. Importance of pH in our daily life. So we have gone through different examples when we have discussed about the pH, that is universal indicators, which is explained about the pH value of the different materials that we are using in our daily life. Right? The pH means the power of hydrogen, which scale, the pH scale ranges from 0 to 14, and 0 to 7 is acidic, 7 is neutral, and above 7 to 14 is basic in nature. That's what we have discussed. Now, let us see how the pH is playing a major role in our daily life. In what aspects? If the pH is ignored or if the pH is not maintained properly, what are the damages that is going to take place to us? Let us see. So the first one here is acid rains. Acid rains. So generally, the rainwater is a pure water, pure form of the water. But nowadays, because of the human activities, either it is pollution, whether it is noise pollution or water pollution or air pollution or land pollution, that leads to the release of the harmful gases. Harmful gases. These harmful gases in the atmosphere react with the rain and turns to acids. So when the rainwater comes to the earth, when it rains, it gives us acid rains, which damages the aquatic life. The aquatic plants and animals are very sensitive to the acidic nature. So if the acidic nature increases in the water, the plants and animals will come to an end. The ecosystem or the habitat, the aquatic ecosystem will come to an end. Right? The pollutants like carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide will play a major role in increasing the concentration or increasing the pH of what acidic nature in the range. If the pH value is less than 5.6, pH value is less than 5.6, that leads to the acid rains, that causes acid rains. The pH value decreases to the 5.6, that causes what? Acid rains. Okay, and even in our Telugu states like Visakhapatnam, it is affected with the acid rains because of the pollutions, because of the oil stations, oil refinery stations, and even the Taj Mahal, the beauty of the Taj Mahal is lost because of the acid rains. And if the acid rains increases, this water will be carried away to the lake, ponds, rivers, where the acidic nature in the water increases. If the acidic nature in the water increases, that leads to the death of the plants and animals. This acid rains also affects photosynthesis. It also affects what? Photosynthesis. So if what is photosynthesis? Plants prepare their own food material. If because of the acid rains, if the photosynthesis gets affected, they cannot prepare their food material. So that is how the life of the plants and animals are going to come to an end. Okay, so acid range. What is the pH for the acid range? So we can say it is as less than 5.6. So if we control the usage of the automobiles or release of the harmful gases to the atmosphere, we can reduce the acid rains and we can protect the aquatic life and all the living organisms on the earth. Are you all able to follow? The next thing we have is tooth decay. Tooth decay. Half tooth decay takes place when we consume the food, when we take the food. That food contains fats, sugars. These food, when it gets stuck between the teeth, it shows its effect on the teeth, which is made up of calcium phosphate. The tooth enamel, which is made up of the calcium phosphate, is affected by these acids, which leads to the tooth decay. In order to control that tooth decay, what we are doing, we are using a toothpaste, which is basic in nature. So if the pH in the mouth decreases to 5.5, which leads to the tooth decay. So if the pH in the mouth reduces to 5.5, that means acidic nature, that leads to the tooth decay. So in order to control this tooth decay, after you take the food, you need to go for brushing. So doctor's advice is to go for 2 times brushing, right? Early in the morning and before you go to the bed. So that the acid which is present in the mouth, the acids which are produced in the mouth will not harm your teeth. Right? Throughout the night, the if the food gets stuck between the teeth, it is going to show its effect on the teeth that leads to the tooth decay. So it is very most important to go for brushing, right? When you go for the brush, you have to brush it properly. And few of them do not have a habit of having a proper brushing, right? They just keep the brush in the mouth and remain for longer time. Okay, so even how to brush and all things will be explained to you clearly by the doctor, and even the in the social media also. There are a lot of videos how to brush or how to clean your teeth. So to protect your teeth, it should be more than 5.5. If the pH decreases then to 5.5 or less than 5.5, that leads to the tooth decay. So we have to use a toothpaste which is basic in nature and protects our teeth from the tooth. And next thing you have pH in our digestive system. The next thing is pH in our digestive system. The third important thing that is in our daily life, pH in our digestive system. So the liquid or the juice, gastric fluid we say, which is present in our stomach is what? HCl. This whose pH is less than 1. Whose pH is 1, right? HCl, hydrochloric acid, whose pH is 1. So whenever we take the food, so these acids will release into the stomach and it will break the food to the simpler substances, to the simpler substances. Okay, for example, if the acids are released in excess, when you consume the fast food items, junk food, the excess of acids are released into the stomach to break the food components to the simpler substances. Break it to the simpler substances. So during this process, because of the excess acids, that leads to the acidity. That leads to the acidity. And in order to control the acidity and the pain that is because of the acidity, what we are preferring? We prefer antacids. And these antacids are basic in nature. These antacids are basic in nature. We have already discussed about this pH in our digestive system. So half the neutralization takes place in the digestive system. So the antacids contains what? Milk of magnesia. Antacids contain what? Milk of magnesia. The formula is MgOH taken twice. Magnesium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide. So this magnesium hydroxide, when it reacts with the acid that is produced in the stomach, reduces its pH, makes it neutralize and gives us relief from the pain. Now, if we write the reaction, HCl reacting with the milk of magnesium present in the antacids, it forms salt, that is MgCl2 and H4, right? H2O. So this is how the neutralization reaction takes place in the stomach. So what is the reaction that is happening in the stomach when you take antacid? So this is going to be the reaction. You are taking antacid, whose formula is milk of magnesium, which reacts with the acid to form salt and water. Salt and water. Okay. So if the pH increases, if the acids increases in the stomach, that leads to even ulcers, damages our nervous system, digestive system, right? That leads to the ulcers. Where if the ulcers increases, it gives a lot of pain and we cannot consume even our food. Okay, so even if you take a curd also, that gives you a burning sensation. Burning sensation. So all that we have to do is to reduce the junk food, which increases the acidity. Okay, which increases the acidity. And the next important thing is pH of soil. pH of soil. You might have observed in the agricultural fields, the farmers will take their soil sample for the soil test. Soil test. So they are going to take the soil sample, take the test tube, add water to it. Now take some soil sample to the water. It is not going to dissolve, but stir it so that the contents in the soil will get mixed up with the water. Now filter it, take the liquid. Now when you dip the blue litmus paper into it, if the soil nature is acidic in nature, the blue litmus paper turns to red. If the soil sample is basic in nature, then the red litmus paper turns to blue. So this is how we are going to identify the acidic nature and basic nature, or the pH of the soil. Now, why we have to check the pH of the soil? Because to use a proper crop, to use a suitable crop for cultivation. If the soil is more acidic, the soil is acidic, if the crop that is being used by you is not suitable in the acidic lands, then the investment is lost, and whatever the crop or whatever the yield you get, that is not as expected, right? So what is going to happen here? If the soil is acidic in nature, you have to neutralize it by adding lime. If the soil is acid in nature, you have to use lime, which is basic in nature, to neutralize. If the soil is acidic in nature, you have to use what? Lime to neutralize it, or to balance the pH in the soil. But if the soil is basic in nature, you have to use silica. You have to use silica, which is to bring the soil to the normal pH. Okay, so that the desired crop can be cultivated. If you want to cultivate only a particular crop which is not suitable in the acidic lands, so what the scientist or what the agriculture department is going to advise you, they are going to balance the pH. They'll ask you to balance the pH by sprinkling lime. If the soil is basic in nature and the crop that is being cultivated for you or by you is not suitable to that land, so they'll ask you to balance the pH in that land by spraying or by sprinkling silica. So the soil test will help the farmers to use a proper crop which is suitable for that land, and to not get into the loss. Okay, so when you use a suitable crop, you will get a good yield. You will get a good yield. Okay, and finally you have self-defense by plants and animals. Self-defense by plants and animals. Now, what is happening in the self-defense by plants and animals? We have already discussed about the self-defense by plants and animals. That is honeybee, wasp, and ant. Honeybee, wasp, and ant. So, for example, ant and honeybee contains formic acid. When they attack us, they release this formic acid, which gives us burning sensation. Which gives us burning sensation. And as they released acids, so to get rid of the pain, to control the pain, what we are going to do, we are going to apply a toothpaste or the soap over the attacked area, and we will feel relief from the pain. So what is happening there? Neutralization. Neutralization. So here the plants and animals, they use acids and bases for their self-defense to protect themselves. For example, the wasp. Wasp contains alkaline nature. So wasp, when it is attacked us, okay, when it attacks us, it releases a chemical, a substance that is in alkaline nature. That means basic nature. So because of that, we get inflammation, we get burning sensation, and to control that, we are going to apply either water or lemon, or lemon. And even not only these insects, but also the plants like nettle plant, Neetle, nettle plant, which is which causes allergy or skin irritation. Okay, which causes irritation to us. And the remedy for that native plant is grown nearby in the agriculture field, that is dock plant, DOCK, dock plant. So this dock plant is the remedy for the nettle plant. When nettle plant is taken on, just rubbed on your skin, and that area will be you will have an inflammation, burning sensation. So the remedy for that nettle plant is grown nearby the nettle plant. That plant is called as dock plant. So which will control the pain. And you will have an important question here, that is all about the neutralization. The neutralization that is happening in the pH in our stomach, or pH in the digestive system. So what is that reaction you are going to write here? That is HCl reacting with the MgOH twice to give MgCl2 and water. So if the question is asked to you, perform an activity to understand the pH in our digestive system, or what is the activity to understand the neutralization effect in the stomach, or how you are going to control the acidity using an activity another. So to understand it, take a test tube and add dilute HCl to it. Now add methyl orange. Now what you are doing here, you are taking a test tube, and in this test tube you are taking HCl. Now to this HCl, if you add methyl orange whose color is orange in color, on adding to HCl, the color changes from orange to red. Now it is in red color. It is in red color. Now to this test tube, you are adding antacid. Let us take the example of eno. Now base is added to it. Base is added to it. Eno. Okay. Now what is going to happen here? This reaction will take place. Eno contains what? Milk of magnesia. That is MgOH taken twice, and that gives you salt and water. Okay. So now what is going to happen? What is going to happen to the red color? The red color slightly changes its color, decreases its color. It changes from red. And as you are adding eno, which is contains basic in nature, if the basic content is more in the liquid, that will turn to finally what? That will turn to yellow in color. After neutralization, what is going to happen in the test tube? The basic nature increases. The basic nature increases. If the basic nature increases, what is going to happen to the methyl orange? It changes its color from orange to yellow. It changes its color from orange to yellow. So this is what happening in the neutralization reaction. So this is what happening in our digestive system. So when you take the antacid, it reacts with the acid in the stomach and causes relief and gives us relief from the acidity. So this is all about the importance of pH in our daily life. Acid rains, if the pH is less than 5.6 causes acid rains. The beautiful monuments like Taj Mahal, beauty of the Taj Mahal is lost because of the acid rains. The aquatic life, plants and animals will be affected by the acid rains. So all these acid rains are because of the pollutants which is released from automobiles, industries, and because of the deforestation. And next, tooth decay. If the pH is 5.5, the pH goes down to 5.5 and less than 5.5, that leads to tooth decay. And in order to protect our teeth from the decaying, we need to go for a proper brushing. And then pH in our digestive system. If the pH, that is HCl, whose pH is 1, if the acidic nature increases in the stomach, that leads to the acidity. That leads to acidity. So to control acidity, we take antacids, which are basic in nature, and that gives us neutralization reaction, so that we feel better after you take the antacids. We feel relaxed. The reason is what? The acidic effect is reduced by taking this things. And next, pH in the soil, pH of soil. So this pH of the soil is useful for the farmers to use a proper crop or the suitable crop for the cultivation. Okay, and if the soil is basic in nature, we are going to add silica to balance the pH. And if the soil is acidic in nature, we are going to add lime to balance the pH of the soil. And finally, we have self-defense by plants and animals. The insects like honeybee, wasp, and ant, they use acids and bases to protect themselves from the other harmful or other insects. And plants like needle plant has an allergic substances. They releases the chemicals. Okay, the chemicals which are present in the plant causes irritation on our skin, and we get inflammation because of that needle plant. And dog plant is the remedy which is available surrounding the needle plant. Near the needle plant, you can see the dog plant, which is the remedy. So where you have a problem, there you have a solution. So needle plant is the problem and the dog plant is the solution. So this is all about the importance of the pH in our daily life, right? Even if the acidic nature increases in the lake, river, ponds, the aquatic life affects. And even in the atmosphere, if the pH value is acidic in nature, even we will get suffer because of the acidic rains. Okay, so this is all about the importance of pH in our daily life. And in the next class, we'll be studying about the different family of the salts and their pH. Okay, different family of the salts and their pH. This is all about for today's class. If you have any questions, please do put it in the chat box.